Hi, everyone. I'm delighted to have Jessica Lowry as my guest today to talk about the power of elderberries, elderberry syrup based out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Jessica, I am just so thankful to be in collaboration with you to talk about your elderberry syrup. I have said over and over again, it's the absolute best. I take it every day. I take extra when I'm not feeling well. And my personal testimony is that it works and it's good for me. And I feel better because I take this healthy supplement every day. So thanks for creating it for all of us.
Thank you for having me, for one. And it really is just a pleasure to share this formulation with people and the impact that it's having on their health. It really is a joy.
Absolutely. You've been in business for several years now, and I'm sure you have heard some incredible customer testimonials along the way. Would you like to share some of those first?
Well, it's hard to pinpoint or pick just a few because there's been so many, and it's been just incredible for the array of different testimonials that we get from our customers. I think one of the latest ones that came in that really shocked me the most is a customer had shared that she managed to lose 8 pounds by switching to taking our signature elderberry syrup in the evening. And
Wow.
that really shocked me. She said she didn't change anything else. She believes that her liver is functioning better, she's sleeping better, and believes that when she's getting better rest at night, her body is restoring itself better in ways that are surprising to her. So that one really, really threw me off. Very, very shocking. We get a lot of people that share testimonials in regard to their joint pain and inflammation. I can recall a customer sharing with me that she was paying $1,400 a shot for stem cell treatments in her left knee where she had bone on bone. And after taking our product for just 1 week, she felt incredible relief in the pain and no longer has to come out that hefty bill of the different treatments that she was getting before. So that's been huge. And then we also have things like vertigo and IBS and gut health issues. I had a customer that removed her plantar boards and she completely she actually canceled her surgery. Like things like that that really just sparked this off the wall of like, wait, what? Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. So there really is an array, but I love to just share the benefits that I have known and the research that supports with the elderberries. But of course, different customer testimonials definitely just bring such significance to the product as well.
Wow. And what a wide variety of symptoms and situations that people are sharing and benefiting from by taking your elderberry syrup. I mean, that was just kind of like all over the place
I know,
with
right? Yeah.
ailments and situations that people are in, and to lose weight. That's interesting just by switching to taking it at night. But that totally makes sense to me because when we sleep, that's when we do restore our bodies and
Sure.
flush out all the toxins and everything. So very interesting.
It is. It is. And it's just like for you as it is to me, it's hard to wrap your head around it,
Yeah.
and understand it all. But I always say, let, nature be thy medicine.
100%. So, what do you think it is, or what do you know that it is, that makes POE different from other elderberry syrups?
Well, that's a great question. I think the first thing that comes to mind is our ingredients. Most elderberry syrups on the market typically have elderberries, and then of course, they add refined sugar and fillers and dyes and flavoring. And ours is, of course, free of all that, but we also use organic whole ingredients. We use the European black elderberry, which is important with our differentiator. We also add ginger root, cinnamon sticks, whole cloves. Instead of dumping in a bunch of sugar, we only use local raw honey. Our ingredients are all organic.
Yeah.
Another thing I'd probably say is our potency level, especially when comparing our product to even store-bought brands, commercial brands, national brands. Really, our potency level is far above and beyond. So really looking at the potency level of products. I would also say the third-party lab testing that we have done in our product. So not all companies invest in third-party lab testing because it's not often required unless they're actually registering themselves with the FDA like we have and get inspected. They're not taking extra precautionary opportunities for quality control and consumer safety like that. So that's huge. And I really recommend that any supplement that you take, make sure that they're doing testing on the product. We also don't thermally heat process our product. So a lot of people don't understand that differentiator, but that ensures that our customers get the quality of the local raw honey used in our product. And that's also another reason why our elderberry syrup liquid is kept refrigerated, is the no thermal heat processing. So I
Now,
would
what
say
does that mean? It would heat up and then you would put it on the shelf? Explain that, because I'm not a scientist, so I'm not really sure what that means. I know mine arrives
mm,
neatly packaged with the ice packs, love and
right.
care that you put in when you ship the product. So talk a little bit more about the thermal process that you don't do.
Sure. So thermal heat processing would essentially be bottle filling at extremely high temperatures. I think the best analogy to kind of talk about this further would be, think about if you're canning something, right? You have it in your mason jars, you're dropping in it in boiling hot water, the caps are popping, and it preserves it and it creates a longer shelf life for the product until and then it becomes the refrigerate after opening, right?
Right.
So because we don't thermally heat process and bottle fill and drop it in boiling hot water and all the things that you would do with canning, ours has to be kept refrigerated because we also choose not to add preservatives. And preservatives would bring down the pH level and really change the science behind
Yeah.
the way the product is made that would create that shelf stability that our liquid does not have. Now, when it comes to our elderberry syrup bites, we do add non GMO organic preservatives, and that is why those are shelf stable where the liquid is kept refrigerated. So we use the mildest form of preservatives in the bites, keeping them very comparable to our liquid for our customers to be able to take the product on the go. So that no thermal heat processing, though, really ensures that you're getting the benefits of the local raw honey, as honey is essentially, from what I've learned, is not supposed to get above 95 to 100 degrees, or it starts breaking down different enzymes and proteins and benefits that it brings to our health.
Well, that
And
makes
so,
sense. We want to keep the things in there that are healthy for us. We don't want to burn them out, so to speak.
exactly. And if we thermally heat processed our product, it would make no sense for us to invest in the high dollars of local raw honey used in our product, because then you wouldn't reap the benefits anyway. So that's why we don't make those changes, where from a business standpoint, it might make sense to, especially longer shelf life, but all of that. But for the consumer and even our family that takes it every day, right? We want to reap those benefits. So that's why we do what we do.
And that's what makes your elderberry syrup different from others, or all the things that you just mentioned. And I think that's why you hear those testimonials from people of how it greatly impacts their health in such a positive and healthy way, is that it is all organic, fresh, in its natural state as much as it can be. And that's really what you want. And like I've said before, can tell the difference in my life from using your product. And I always have it with me because I know that if I need it, I
Mm-hmm.
have it. And if I need a little bit more, I have the bites when I travel, and every day, drinking the liquid to make sure I'm staying healthy. So that's a great explanation as to why yours is different. And I love that, because I really don't know that people fully understand sometimes, and myself included, because everything's so complicated, some days with labels and trying to consume the best things for our bodies and our health. So kudos
And
to you for not changing it, right? Because a lot of people would be tempted to because of the business aspect.
you're exactly right. And I always have said from the very beginning, what I want for my family is also what I want for yours. And I think that that's really what sets us apart as we have grown, as we have been years into this business, and understanding that costs have definitely went up over the years, right? And trying to manufacture this product of withholding those quality standards while also keeping the product affordable where people can continue to consume it every day. So it's very important to me. And I always tell people it'll never be changed. I mean, even the FDA came into us with our cold shipping and they were like, well, you could add preservatives, Jessica, or you could thermally heat process the product and then you would save yourself on shipping costs. And you wouldn't have to ice pack it with thermal ice packs and insulation and specially made boxes and all this stuff that's so expensive for you guys. And I'm like, but no, like, why would I change the product?
Right.
That's where
Right.
testimonials come from. If I change
Exactly.
anything, then that's not only compromising other people's health, but the health of our family as well. So,
Well,
yeah,
Jessica, that's your character. And I think that that your blessing comes from being true to the products that you make and how you serve your community. And I know that has to do with your faith as well. So I
Mhm.
believe that you are being blessed by not, you know, changing your beliefs and your character and morals and ethics, so to speak, just to make a buck, but not provide anything less than the very best for your family and for the community. So thank you for doing that.
Yes, you're welcome. And it does mean a lot to just recognize that because sometimes I kind of feel like things might go unnoticed in that regards.
You know,
Especially when just being like, there's so many elderberry supplements out there. There's a lot to choose from, and it's important for consumers to really understand the differentiators between brands, and that can be very complicating because there are so many different brands out there to compare.
yeah, 100%. Well, it is that time of year for cold and flu season, and we know that your elderberry syrup helps us through those tough times. I shared with you that my husband was feeling the cold come on, and I said, get in there and start taking your extra doses because I know it works. So, talk about what we can do this time of year with the cold and flu season upon us.
Well, elderberries are really known during cold and flu season. That's where a majority of people take elderberry supplementation. And the heart of it is they're one of nature's top antiviral herbs. A lot of research has been conducted that has shown that elderberries help combat viruses. So a lot of people not only take it to support their immune system as a preventative, taking it every single day, but they also know that if they don't feel well, they can consume it as a natural remedy and it helps combat those symptoms naturally. Even thinking about Hippocrates, the father of medicine, they actually referred to elderberries as his medicine chest thousands of years ago. And that's where more and more people are now starting to lean into herbs and, of course, the elderberry during cold and flu season. So those are just some of the things. And, I think it's important too to know that in 1995, during the Panama flu epidemic, the government actually employed the use of elderberry to combat the flu.
How
And I
about
find
that?
it interesting. You can actually, Google search that and learn more about it. But there's been a lot of awareness with elderberry, especially during cold and flu season. And what's really unique is elderberries have a protein property called anthocyanins in them. And what they do is they essentially help protect our cells. So if we're taking elderberry as a preventative, these properties shield our cells from the penetration of the virus to take hold, which essentially works as a preventative, right? And then if you're not feeling well and now you're consuming it for additional support and taking more of it, what it essentially is doing is preventing those cells from replicating. And that's why you have a relief of symptoms so much faster. So it really gets down to a cellular level. And then, of course, with them being rich in antioxidants, they're also helping to reverse cellular damage. And at the heart of it, our cells are what are
Yeah.
making or breaking our health on a daily basis. So it's very, very fascinating when you look into the different properties they have and how they work with our body.
Yeah, people love the science behind things, and I know I appreciate that because I think we have become a world where we are really looking for alternatives to taking the medicines that have been
Mhm.
prescribed for us for years as ways of feeling better, getting better. And people are finally saying, I don't want to put any of that stuff in my body anymore. I want to go natural. We really do live in a toxic swamp these days in our world. And so
Yes.
if we can take the steps like having the elderberry syrup to help us when we're having the cold, the immune system, the joint, the heart health, the sleep. I mean, there's just renewing and restoring. There's so many things that it can do and it's so pure and simple and good and healthy as opposed to taking some other kind of pill, which is
Mhm.
really how this all came to happen in your life is you were looking for a healthy way to take care of your son, I believe, who was sick. And that's how it all started with your story, right?
Well, yes, I was actually pregnant with my son, my firstborn son. I was pregnant at the time. I can remember it so vividly. February of 2013. Curled up in a bed, fever, chills, body aches, all the signs of the flu on its way. And naturally, I turned to the internet looking for a natural remedy, came across elderberries and the use for flu. I wanted something more natural. I've always since about the age of 19, 20 of getting on my own, I've always turned to holistic health. I attribute that to meeting a chiropractor that had a huge impact on, turning away from what I grew up with and looking for things more naturally. So after getting my hands on some and taking a few doses, my chills went away, my fever broke, and I just became an instant believer of wow, this stuff actually works.
Yeah.
The problem is that what was available for purchase did not have quality ingredients, and I had a 2-year-old daughter at the time. And I was trying to get her to take it to keep her immune system strong. And of course, I knew how it worked for when you weren't feeling well and you could take it. And every brand I would bring home, she would just spit out. She hated the way that it tasted.
Yeah.
So that really essentially went on for 5 years, believe it or not, of just bringing home a bunch of different brands, trying it, and knowing that it worked, but still not nailing that brand that I really could feel comfortable having in my home to support everyone. So in 2018, about 5 years later, I came up with this idea of, you know what, I'm going to create my own. I'm going to tailor it to my daughter and now son, and probably a second son by that point, their taste buds, and keep out the ingredients that I don't want into it and balance it out with some other healthy herbs and spices to go along with it. And shared my testimony on social media about my experience of, hey, elderberry works. We're in a flu epidemic right now. Go find yourself some, right? Not even looking to sell it. And I had a few friends reach out to ask if I had any more. They'd be happy to purchase some from me. And right then and there, I just kind of felt God's direction and leading me down this path that I really had no idea that it would turn into what it has today. But I was obedient and stepping in and starting to make it for other people, and seeing the impact that it had on their health would just kind of drive that motivation even further for me.
Yeah.
At that time, I was a lecturer at Coastal Carolina University in the public health department, and my husband was a financial planner. And we resigned from our jobs once we got the business going and jumped full hardly into the business. And here we are today. So that's how the Power of Elderberries was born, completely organic from a business unexpected and through, referral of friends and family and people sharing it with people they love. It's blessed us to share it with more people across the country.
Well, no doubt you are sharing your labor of love with so many people who are healthier and better because of it. And you have now launched a new loyalty program. You've got some exciting things happening within the business. Tell me about that.
That's right. So we have a loyalty membership that anyone can view on our website. And we've really created that program for free to allow people to get this product on an auto replenishment of getting it shipped either monthly or bi-monthly to support themselves and their family. We offer the free shipping on bundles for that program, up to 15% savings, exclusive collections to our ancillary products that are found within that customer portal for subscription, as well as free access to online events that I'll be hosting in the future. So we're really excited to share that. We have a lot of people that jump on auto because once they try our product, they absolutely love it, and they know how it can support not only their family of keeping them healthy, but also having something to turn to if symptoms arise and they're not feeling well.
Yeah. I get excited when my package arrives every month, and I love the lip butter. It's become a staple with me. I keep it in my pocketbook all the time, and I have a candle now, and I love that. So I love all of the extra products that you offer as well. It just makes you feel good inside and out, really, to be able to purchase a product that you know is life changing. So it's just wonderful that you decided to keep pressing forward and create this business, which is just something that really people in the community and the Myrtle Beach community and beyond are benefiting from in such a healthy and happy way. So is there anything else that you'd like to share and talk about your website before we wrap things up?
The only other thing maybe that, as far as taking our product, obviously it can be soon on a daily basis. Well, 1 dose a day gives you the antiviral, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory properties. We also have a dosage recommendation for additional support, whether it's the joint health and inflammation, or taking it for allergies, or for when you're not feeling well, for sleep. So we have a breakdown of how to take the product. If anyone has any questions, they can always reach out to us and ask us. Also, that if you haven't already, you can follow us on social media at the Power of Elderberries. Anyone that goes to our website, they'll see where they can sign up for our email for a 15% off coupon to apply to their first purchase. Yeah, I guess the other exciting thing is that we have a storefront coming soon that we are excited to step into. We've always done online, and we're at the point now where we just want to have a greater connection with our local community in person. And we have been blessed with the opportunity to open up where our manufacturing facility is to the public a few days a week beginning in February. So that's really exciting as well.
That is, and tell folks where that's located.
So our manufacturing facility is located on the backside of Market Common for those that are, local to the Myrtle Beach area on South Kings Highway. And we'll be opening up the store there a few days a week from 9 to 2, starting in February. So we're really excited about that.
That is so exciting. And also, you have holistic partners that you work with, and they're on your website as well. And your product can be found in some of those locations as well. Isn't that correct?
That's right. We have around 85 to, I think, upwards of 100 different wholesale partners that carry our product up and down the East Coast, many of which are here in South Carolina as well. And we have a directory and a list where you can find our product if you'd like to pick it up at one of our wholesale partners. So we have lots of avenues, and we'd love to participate in events that maybe some people will find us at around the Carolinas as well. So lots of different ways of connecting with us, but we're just excited to share the product and be able to have the capability of shipping it to people across the country as well.
Absolutely. I know I'm personally thankful for that. I can have mine shipped to me. So it is great that you are out in the community. You're at the farmers market sometimes, for festivals, things like that. So it's good that they can put a face with the product. I mean, I'm sure when they see you, they're just like, gosh, thank you for creating this. It's changed my life, or it's so nice to meet you. And that has to feel really good when you get that kind of feedback.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I can't tell you how many customers have, come around the table just to give me a hug, and many that have just cried and shared that this product has changed their life. And then I start crying, and we're just hugging, and it's like, yeah, you're absolutely right, Nicole. Like, just that's just why it's easy to continue to do what we do. Obviously, running a business is hard. It's complicated. We have 3 kids. We have an incredible team that works beside us to support us in this adventure that we are in and that we're doing. So we're just very grateful and thankful for them, and to be able to keep pushing forward and share this with more and more people.
I think that's a great way to wrap this up. I know 2025 is going to be an amazing year for you and your team. Many blessings to you and your family. And again, thank you for creating this powerful, healthy supplement all those years ago, because we are all reaping the benefits of your labor of love. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Such sweet words. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And folks, don't forget, you can go to thepowerofelderberries.com to learn more information. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again soon. Have a great day.